we value this menu update?
Princess Bear here. Today we find ourselves in between resorts because it's time to return to
Pop Century and Art of Animation again.
Now they have popped up in the foodie knowledge because the menus have changed. So it's your number one choice for foodie infotainment. We're here to take a ride to try this food so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's hit the sky.
It's time to foodie and chill. I am happy to report that my favorite plant-based burger at Walt Disney World is now at Art of Animation and not just Pop Century Resort. Though they did put raw onions in this one, so that's a difference. And then of course, as is tradition, I had to get sauce on the side because you gotta do a dip. The sauce is so good, you need the dip. This is as delicious as the first burger that I had at Pop Century when they changed the burger. I hope that all Korean Impossible burgers get switched to this burger because it is literally the In-N-Out burger of Walt Disney World. And I can never hate on this one. It is delicious. In-N-Out, take notes. I love it. It is a 5 out of 5. It is a Princess Cities item. Get extra sauce on the side. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to regret that at all.
Menus are updated. How those menus updated, not dictated by us, but when they do update, we do our best to come out here and cover it just for you. Not for you, but for you. You on the couch? Maybe sometimes you, but you don't have to like and subscribe if we're going to do this for you. But you, watching right now, we do this for you. So we got the plant-based burger, even though it does show up at Pop. AOA just across the bridge, but to ensure you these videos aren't AI, while giving respect to my AI overlords, this is a 100% non-AI, real plant-based burger. Get a bite. Everything that we love about the original plant-based burger from Pop Century, except for the raw onion piece, that does give it a particular flavor. The raw onions honestly makes it, to me anyway, taste more like a McDonald's Big Mac than Inside Out.
Inside Out?
Inside Out? In-N-Out. In-N-Out. Crosses my franchises there. Food with the movie. But it's still an excellent burger. Much better than most plant-based burgers on property. It's well seasoned. The bun is nice. The sauce, delicious. I like the addition of the pickles. I really have no complaints with this burger. Honestly, I can see the appeal, and it's just a short Skyliner trip away from Hollywood Studios. Not that terrible. And you get rewarded with this tasty little bun. I gave this a 5 out of 5 claws. It's on the Bare Necessities list. I only wish I could order a double, honestly. But that's not really a critique, it's just me being greedy. Now, we're preaching about AI. This bowl looks so perfect, it's kind of hard to believe myself that it's not AI. You have these brand new Southwest pork and chicken bowl. It's the same sort of configuration as the chicken adobo nachos that I had last time we were here. And those have even updated because now you have a chicken and pork adobo. So the chicken and pork is the new standard for bowls here. But I actually got like the chicken and pork bowl. The only difference, instead of chips, it's sitting on rice. So I have the crema, I have the queso fresco, green onions and pickled onions. I don't know why I need both. Corn and pico de gallo. And then they give you a little lime wedge for those of you that like that little spritz. And I know it's like, why a lime wedge? But if you've never tried giving the lime wedge a squeeze, especially on foods with like a lot of acidity or like very prevalent flavors, it gives a little spark. A little special something. So try it at least on like a corner. You gotta do the whole thing. But I do challenge you to at least expand your horizons. Let's get there's plenty of rice. There's the pico. There's the pork. Where is the chicken? It's in here. It's also shredded. So it's like the darker meat is the pork, the lighter meat is the chicken. This is one of those instances where I can see the vision, I just don't see the final product. The pork is dry, like stringy and dry, which is an odd compliment to the chicken, which is actually moist. Maybe just because we're coming later in the day, maybe the pork's been sitting there for a bit. Most people I see go to that station who are ordering the ramen. I have no idea why. Please, for the love of everything mouse, do not order the ramen from this resort. You will hate yourself, and I will feel bad when you tell me that you had it. Just don't do it. Just skip it. I know that it's like, hey, I've never had ramen at quick service. I'm feeling ramen. Don't do that. If you absolutely need ramen, you go to Morimoto, Disney Springs, or you go to Shikisai. Do not order ramen from this place. But if the pork was a little bit better consistency, this would be an excellent bowl. I love the corn. It's got a nice little char to it. But pickled onions and green onions at the same time actually don't bother me. The crema and the queso fresco are excellent. It's really just the pork holding this bowl back. Holding it back from what it could be, you know? Showing you its flaws, and at the same time making you wish you could be better than this. But you're just not. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 stars. So, art of animation, food's a little animated.
Yeah, it's decent. I'm glad that they have my favorite burger here now. I'm happy about that. There's supposed to be some new impossible, like, pita situation I haven't been able to find, but maybe we'll see it at Pop.
We're going to go discover, we're going to investigate foodie style.
This morning, which I guess would be like Thursday morning, I saw the menu change at Pop and AOA, and I was like, oh my gosh, Bear, we have to go to all the value resorts so we can see if they're everywhere. So we went to all the All-Stars before we came here, and they did not have this. And then we went to AOA, as you guys saw. They did not have this either. And it's on the menu online for both Pop and AOA, but here we are at Pop. And it is here. And let me tell you, this is the first time in my foodie history that we have had Impossible in a refrigerator. This is chilled Impossible with lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and a vegan tzatziki in a, what we are calling a pita. I don't call this a pita. This is not a pita. But, I commit to my mistakes. I have to say, oddly enough, there is some sort of sweetness to this that I did not expect. And I don't know. The tzatziki is nice. The cucumber is nice. I don't know about the tomato or the lettuce. Those ones are a little bit questionable. The Impossible, cooked and then cold, is a weird one. The texture is strange. The way it combines with the veggies is strange. I don't mind the pita, and I definitely love the tzatziki, but I think it needs a little bit more. I think it needs I hate to say it, pickled onions. I don't know what else I can think of besides pickled onions, but it needs some zhuzh, extra zhuzh. Maybe just don't serve it in the refrigerated section and just make it like a hot bar section, cook the Impossible, and then throw it into the gyro like you would like a normal gyro, because most gyros are not served cold. I would give it a 3 out of 5 gyros. It is tasty. It's just a little what would you call that? A blob of texture, or I don't know. When you eat a bunch of things and they all taste like they're the same thing? Mush? I don't know. I don't know what you call that. You tell me in the comments, because I don't know words.
It was an adventure coming here, and I think I need to do a better job of filming to show you guys it was an adventure getting here, because literally going to 3 resorts to check ahead of time, and then taking a Skyliner to get here, that's some choices made. All to make sure that you guys have the most up-to-date information about the food that's dropping here at Pop Century or any other resort for that matter. This is advertised online as a vegetable pita with impossible meat, which is fine. The label itself says a plant-based gyro. Also interesting, it's not the first time I've had a cold gyro. You know, like a cold chicken gyro with tzatziki and fresh veggies. That happens. I've even had cold beef before. Not out of the ordinary, but with Impossible meat. Some choices that were made there. Now, I'm not saying they're bad choices. It's just like when you have a grill and everything else, I don't understand why you would opt to serve it cold. I just consume the food. I don't make it, at least not here. You have this nice soft pita, which, you know, it feels like a pita that's been sitting in the fridge for some hours. It's starting to get like that, like, soft, doughy texture. Even though, like, it's, you know, a cooked pita, it feels like it's suffered under the moisture of a fridge for some hours. And then by the time you get to the inside, you know, I worry about the consistency of the lettuce, the tomato, and even the Impossible meat. Because, again, the Impossible meat isn't something we frequently eat cold. I think the problem here is some of the parts. The Impossible meat, to me, honestly, isn't the odd part, even though, again, Impossible cold, strange. The texture of the Impossible holds up for the most part cold. It gets a little bit gritty at the end, but it's not doing its best work served chilled. Where it really starts to lack is after the Impossible. Because, again, the pita, having sat in the fridge for mouse knows how many hours, is getting soggy. The lettuce doesn't have that crunch. The tomato is losing its freshness. And so the things that I would normally expect from like a pita or a gyro aren't there. Like, yeah, the meat is a component, but I expect crispy, crunchy lettuce. I expect fresh tomatoes. Other veggies you sprinkle in there, be that like some cilantro sometimes, or, you know, the fresh acidity of a fresh tomato, even like some onions, be that raw or cooked, would help sell this. I feel like you're selling it short for the potential that this has, serving it chilled. Because all the extra ingredients in there suffer more than the Impossible meat being cold. It's an interesting option, and I like it better than, I would say, like the chickpea salad that used to be served here cold before. But I think it could be better. Even if you decided that you wanted to chill the Impossible, I feel like everything in there would be better is if you made it fresh. So cold Impossible, with then a fresh pita that's not soggy, crispy lettuce, fresh tomato, this thing would sing. Here, it just sort of cries. It's okay, but what's missing to me is the fact that I know that it could be better. I would give that 3.25 out of 5 plus.
The new plant-based cookie sandwich is giving me vibes of Boma when we got the ice cream sandwich. But this is not an ice cream sandwich. This is filled with frosting, dipped in chocolate on one side. I have no choice but to bite in the middle, like a bear. So, you know when you bake fresh cookies and then you take them out of the oven, and once you take them out of the oven and they've cooled for like 2 to 3 minutes, not the full like 5 to 10 that they should be, but like 2 to 3 minutes, and you grab one and you just that is what this tastes like. A super soft, super delectable cookie that I just want to consume mass quantities of. This is one of the best vegan desserts that we have had here at Walt Disney World since the Bay Moose Cup at Epcot. Like this, oh my god, I don't even want to share it with Bear. Like legit, like this is amazing. This is like a frosting hoe's nightmare, and I am Queen Ho. I guess I should say I'm Princess Ho of frosting. Take that for what you will. I love me some frosting. I will give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessity's item. Despite all of my ramblings, it is the best dessert that I have had in some time. Quite some time.
Cookie sandwich. You keep making cookies, you're going to spoil the princess. You can't keep giving her open access to plant-based cookies with plant-based cream in the middle. You're going to cause an incident. You might even incite a scurry of adult proportions. The vegans will trampede for some tasty desserts they can hold in their fingies. You have this nice chocolate cookie. Now, I think cookies, you know, they're camps of cookies. There are some people that like your cookies. I'm not judging. Maybe I'm judging a little bit. little dry and crispy. You know, you like a snap when you bite into a cookie. Some of us, maybe some of us with a little bit more culture, a little tip of our little proverbial hats, like a nice soft, delicate cookie with some curves to it. You know, dipped in chocolate. That makes a little bit of sense to me. It takes me back to my mall rat days, and yes, in high school, I was a mall rat. I lived off free samples in the food court. I would frequent those every other hour. I perused stores for hours, never buy anything. I used to live near one of the biggest malls in America, so I mean, what else was I going to do all day? Spend money? No. But because I spent so many times in the mall food court, the one thing that comes to mind as I bite into this cookie is like the Mrs. Fields cookie sandwiches. Excellent. Like a miniature version of those. Those things were like massive, and I would have to spend a couple hours eating one. But the free samples of the Mrs. Fields cookies, that's what I'm talking about. I would give that 5 out of 5 claws. Both excellent flavor, execution, and nostalgia combined and compressed into a cookie sandwich. I love that.
There is what I call an Easter cupcake that is still available every resort except for this one. So we went to all of the All-Stars and Art of Animation before we came here, and they all had the Easter cupcake. Pop Century has decided they're going to be special, and they're going to bring back the strawberry lemonade cupcake. Now, I did not like this cupcake. I did like the frosting. But like the cupcake on its own, it's like all of the other allergy-friendly cupcakes. It's just dry. So let's see. It's hard to pull up. Okay, here we go. So the lemonade portion is the cupcake, and then the strawberry is the frosting. So it's supposed to, their powers combined, become a strawberry lemonade. This is such a big bite, but I commit to my mistakes. That is gross. It tastes like I remember it though. Artificial and messy. And this one is so soft, it tastes almost unbaked. But I know it's baked because it wouldn't have the shape if it wasn't baked. It would just be a mess of dough. But it tastes terrible. I've never liked this cupcake. I only got it so that you guys could see that there is another, I want to say unique, but I mean, I guess it is unique. It's just not good. And it is not new. It is returning. So I guess I just wanted to get this to show you guys that this cupcake is here, even though I'm not a fan. But some of you are. So please comment and tell us if you like this cupcake or not, because I know some of you have had it before. And I don't know. Maybe you'll like this. Maybe Disney did something right. I personally would rather drink pink milk than this. Eat this.
On a long enough timeline, you will see certain cupcakes return to us in different forms. I don't know whether you would call that Back to the Future or Back to the Past. Either way, wrong IP, wrong resort. But I can't help but think about these cupcakes that return every year. Some have improved, both plant-based and not. Some have gotten worse. Some of them have stayed the same. This is one I hope has seen some improvement because it is not bringing back great memories. But again, we do this so you don't have to. So dive right in. At least I got some colorful sprinkles. And what's sad for me is I love lemonade. Like, love. Especially, you know, a nice flavored lemonade, like a blueberry lemonade or a strawberry lemonade even. Pink lemonade, by far being my favorite. But a pink lemonade cupcake. Strawberry cupcake. Lemonade cupcake. Not high on my list of like, you know what? That will make a good cupcake. Take a bear-sized journey with me as I stroll through the flavor palette of this cupcake. It's May. Gonna be May. It's May. This is the May. This is the May.
You're just another part of May.
Just another part of May? Another part of May. That works. Halloween is in October. Stay with me, okay? I'm getting to a point eventually. You get candy on Halloween if you trick or treat. Maybe your work gives you candy, your kids go out, they trick or treat for candy. You get candies like lemon heads and things like that. You don't give all the candy to your kids at once, I would hope. My parents didn't. I mean, you could and suffer the consequences. I'm not judging one way or the other. Eventually, you have to get rid of all that candy. You're not going to eat it all. I mean, you could, but I hope not. What do you do with that candy? Do you just toss it? Do you recycle it? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind, this tastes like recycled stale Halloween candy. It's like this pasty, gritty, like we took like lemon heads and like pink starbursts and made a paste that's technically icing and put it on top of an allergy-free cupcake and then sold you that as a strawberry lemonade cupcake, thinking, you know what? It's like candy and cake. People will love that. Do not love. That is god-awful. I never thought in my life I would think that a cupcake is too sweet. This is where thing sits. At the end, I'm left with a like aftertaste in my mouth of like fluoride treatments at the dentist. It just like hangs back there like this stale, stringent flavor that I want washed out of my mouth immediately. I'm glad that Pop Century decides they want to be different. Be better. Better is always better. 2 out of 5 claws. I know it's easy to think that you're going to find the most iconic treats and sweets at Walt Disney World in the parks. That's what everybody sees, you know? You see the Instagram posts, you see our fellow foodie mutuals showing things at like Gaston's Tavern and Sleepy Hollow and Cheshire Cat Cafe. I don't know why I'm naming all places in Magic Kingdom. Mr. Kamal's in Animal Kingdom. You see them at Thief and Drum at Epcot. Do not underestimate the bakery skill of the resorts. Value, I understand you being a little doubtful, but the deluxe resorts have bakery chefs that the parks wish they could have, okay? And I mean that with no hyperbole. This was a surprise as we wandered by the menus this morning, wanted to see what it was, and then we saw this here in Pop Century is a cookie butter croissant. Now, I was thinking, okay, it's a croissant with cookie butter cream on top. That's fine. A little sprinkle of cookie. That's fine. But then I picked this thing up. And this boy is heavy. It's like the weight of a football. So I'm assuming it's also stuffed with cookie butter and cream. And it don't feel like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like the guava pastries you get at some Disney breakfast where it's like guava light and then a pastry and it's like hollow. This, I feel like I could peg somebody in the face with this and probably catch a charge. I'm not going to do that because that'd be a waste of good pastry. But if I had the desire to do so, I might be in handcuffs. I don't know where I'm going with this. Maybe I'm stalling, maybe I'm not. But this is a hefty boy. Like, this is like a... Who's a quarterback that's fit? I don't know football like that. Joe Montana? Am I dating myself? Wait, no. He got arrested for animal fighting. I don't know.
What's the Dolphins guy, Patriots guy that went to Tampa? Wayne Brady?
That's comedian.
Not Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady? I don't know. We don't know sports. I'm terrible at this.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a football name. Wow. He would throw this. I bite into that, knowing very well what it looks like. You know, I'm not... The humor here isn't highbrow. You know, I'm not winning awards. I don't do stand-up. I post funny videos on YouTube. We post funny videos on YouTube. This is like cookie butter cream wrapped in a croissant. The croissant's an excuse, not the reason. It is filled bun, like a oversized croissant Twinkie, if you will. Even more filled than Twinkies, because even Twinkies ratio to whole, cream to whole, not peak. Good, like 80%, but not like this thing is, every crevice is filled with cream. in every way that a foodie would love. My favorite croissant, my favorite dessert on property was recently the peanut butter and jelly croissant they had here. That thing was packed. This thing makes that thing look like the rocket is peak to Dave Bautista now. And I mean that with respect. I'm not above a dirty joke. I love this. And if you're thinking what you're thinking, you should probably call he, they, them, or her. 4.75 out of 5 class. I gotta admit, these journeys sort of make me feel like a hobbit.
I got a fever, and the only thing that's gonna cure it is more cowbell.
Not more gyro, but more cowbell.
Definitely.
Gyro is interesting. I'm glad we discovered that and we were able to show that after we found that this morning. It's interesting. I think it's a nice addition to like the vegan armory, but I just feel like it could be executed better.
I agree. It's not going to replace my beloved tuna sandwich that I think they're trying to go for, but I think it needs to be served at the hot bar.
Yeah, definitely needs to be served warm, at least made fresh, so that the vegetables in it aren't so soft and, well, disappointing, like a Disney refurb bathroom.
And the pita is not really pita. It's like the same like vegan cauliflower crust thing that they serve for the pizza and the Mediterranean bowl. So not unique.
But you know what you think about these new items at the Value Resorts? Do you feel like this is an elevation, an escalation of foodie deliciousness? Or do you feel like this is another tumble down the hill into, well, not so great?
I mean, I'll take another one of those cookie sandwiches.
And my cookie butter croissant was, in fact, amazing. So we know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you can see us do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell when you see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might eat himself into Hourglass Lake and again become a water bear because I don't think he knows anything else besides being an aqua bear.
I am an island boy. Swimming is in my nature. Not gracefully, but I do bear paddle. You heard the girl.